Sorry, we were having some technical difficulties. We're getting a snowstorm. So it's wanting to fight. Let me see what I need to do.
Hey there.
Hey, lady.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hey.
Let me get everybody in here.
Okay.
Oh, hold on one second. I think somebody.
Okay.
I think so. My dogs are going crazy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start because I need to mute and go answer my door. But we have the fabulous Susan Shaw today that's going to share with us. We're so excited to have her, honored to have her, to take her time and feed into us. At the beginning of the year, we have so many amazing things happening right now. It's going to be phenomenal year for everybody. 2022 is our year, I'm telling you. So I'm going to go ahead and don't worry, I'm going to let people in. I'm going to go ahead and Susan, I'm going to let you take over. I'm going to mute. And thank you again, my sweet friend, for doing this.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Okay, well, I want to say thank you for the honor. And this is the very first Lunch and Learn in 2022. So that's a big deal. So congratulations for being on. Congratulations for watching. And of course, we have to talk about the new year because it's the new year. We could talk about this topic a long time. And sometimes I tend to go on. So somebody kind of give me a heads up when I've talked too long. But I really am passionate about what I'm about to share with you. And I recommend that you can, if you're not driving, get a piece of paper right away. Make sure you have pen and paper. Not really to take notes. I mean, you can, of course, take notes. But because I want you to jot a few things down. And I want you to be able to write things when you think of them. It's a very good idea. It's a very good idea to get started out this year. And always have a piece of paper or a spiral or some sort of small thing so that when you listen, you can write things down. Even if you never really look at them, you'll be amazed at what will come into your brain once you write it down. Okay, so what I have for you today is a New Year confidence and success strategy. So I have kind of 7 things. I try to do 6, because of the whole Mary Kay, 6 important things, but I tend to always have 7. And 7 is my favorite number anyway. But number 1, this is about how to build success and confidence in the new year. And really, isn't it all about confidence? I have been a sales director for over, 27 years. And I've been in the company for nearly 40. And I have seen lots of women, succeed in this business. And confidence and unshakable belief that it will happen is really what I've found to be the key, to be the difference in the ones who do and the ones who don't. And as we start in the new year, they say most people don't keep their resolutions. I want you to raise your right hand and say, I'm going to. This year, I'm going to reach what I want to reach. This year, I'm going to make it work. And I'm going to give you 7 ways to help that happen. Okay, so number 1 is to celebrate the successes from 2021. So real quick, write down 3 things that you did that was great. Maybe you got new customers. Maybe you just hung in. Maybe you survived the pandemic. Maybe you helped with education. Maybe you, what was good? What was good in your life? Not just your success, but what was good? What blessings did God bring you? Were you healthy? Were your family? Just write down some things that were wonderful in 2021. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I want you to do that. So take a second. And then number 2, well, let me give you a second for that. Write some things down. Count your blessings is a big deal. Do you know that when you count them, there's always more? So count them. I try every night to think of the gifts that day gave me. And you know what? When I wake up, I always get more. It's pretty wonderful. Okay, number 2 in your confidence and success strategy. Choose a theme or two for the new year. What overall do you want the new year to bring you? Okay. Now, some people call it a word and they interchange word and theme, and I'm going to separate them for you. Okay. So you want to choose a theme. A theme is what you want the year to bring you, what you want to have happen. So let me give you some examples. Achievement is a theme. Now, the definition of achievement is success through hard work. Doesn't that sound like a great theme? Okay. Declutter could be a theme. Debt-free could be a theme. How about priorities? How about relationships? My husband and I did that several years back. We made it a theme for the year. We said, we need to build relationships. You know, we live on a farm. We have kids. We work really hard, and it seems like we're always doing something. And I said, we need to stop and make sure we build relationships with friends, that we go out to dinner with others, that we do fun things, that it isn't just about the house and work and each other. And so that could be a theme for you. We reminded ourselves over and over, remember, our building relationships. A theme could be consistency. So you're going to work in consistency, or maybe in the Mary Kay world, star rewards. It's going to be your year to star. How about for your family? You know, like focus on family, a healthy business, a healthy life. You know, that's always a New Year's resolution, is to get healthy, or maybe to get fit, or to exercise. You could do that, and you could be healthy as your overall theme, and you could be healthy in your business, healthy in your life, healthy with your body. So those are themes, and I want you to choose one or two to really embrace. Now, you may have a couple ideas to jot down now while I'm speaking, but think about it. Talk with your family about it, about what your theme could be, so that you really can embrace it and make a difference in your life this year. And then I want you to, number 3 is I want you to choose a word or two that will help you towards your theme and towards your goals and dreams. Okay, see, I have something I call it DCT, and it stands for Dreams Come True. And it's about affirmations. I'm a strong advocate in affirmations and what you say that creates negativity in your life, as well as what you say that brings positive. And I know, and you know, that we can get so distracted that when we're trying to weave Mary Kay into our crazy busy lives, and in general, everything that's bombarding us, we can get extremely distracted. And so a word helps you with that. So you could say your affirmation in the morning, and then that's great. You need to write it down, because remember, writing increases your ability to retain it and manifest it and all of that. But what could you say to stop yourself from being distracted? Okay. So that would be a word like maybe, okay, Susan, remember to focus. What's most important? So your theme could be whatever, but what's your word going to be? So let me give you a couple ideas and then tell you what mine is. Okay, so your word could be focus. Your word could be intentional. Or how about strategic? That was my word last year. Consistent. How about time managed? Okay, so you're about to get distracted, or you're doing 5 things at once, and you're going to stop and say, wait, this is my year to be time managed. What's the most important thing I should do right now? Yes, it can all be important. Yes, it's all fabulous. But with my goal and my theme for the year, what should I do this minute? Susan is going to be time managed this year, or your name, of course. So you see how the word can change, and you could say that word 20 zillion times a day. It'll help you, because, you know, if you listen to like neurologists and stuff like that, they say that you really need that focus. And hang on, you really need that focus to help you. Okay. So here's some more. Enjoy, strive, bold, peace. How about work hard, play hard? Could be your words for the year. How about doing the hard things? or funding dreams. This is the year of funding dreams. I'm going to fund dreams in Mary Kay. I'm going to really work hard at it. And so that's your word. So my word, I'm going to tell you what my word is. My word is release. Okay. I'm going to release clutter from my brain, from my house, from my office. I'm going to release past hurts and disappointments. I'm going to release extra pounds so I'm healthier. I'm going to release. This is the year to release everything and go for achievement, okay, which is my theme. So again, release, right? So, okay, sorry, I can't see out of my left eye over here. Okay, thank you. All right, so release is my word. So what could yours be? So 1 is celebrate your successes and blessings. 2 is choose a theme. 3 is choose a word. Okay. Then what do you do from there? Okay. Now this is I'm going to kind of change it up a little. Okay. In Mary Kay, a lot of times we go around the corner to get our goals, or we start with our goals and work backward. Okay. We're going to work forward toward our goals. We're going to do it in a circle, totally different than most of us do sometimes. So number 4 is establish your priorities. So I want you to write this down and promise that you'll do it. I want you to take a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or have a snack, or I want you to maybe go driving, because I tend to do a lot of good meditation, thinking about stuff, having things pop into my head when I'm driving. So what could you do? But I want you to make sure you think about what your priorities are. And I know you can easily say, well, of course, Susan, my priorities are faith and family, or and that's not what I mean. I mean, like, seriously, what about your family? Like, for example, of course, my faith and family are my priorities, but I want to establish security for them. I want to enjoy them. I want to make sure that we have game night. I want to leave a legacy for them. I want to make sure that I put enough money away to help my daughter get a down payment for a house and to help my son be secure as he grows. So, those kind of priorities. And then at the same time, I know what I love. I love to watch TV. I love to watch TV, certain TV, not anything. So I know that it's not really a priority, but I'm going to work it into my schedule. I'm going to work it into my life because it makes me happy. And if like exercise is a priority, you need to put that on there. You need to figure out what your priorities are and be really specific if you can about them. What about your family? I used to tell my son that if we stopped and bought toys at every store we went to, we wouldn't have money for later toys. Bigger ones. We wouldn't have money for the things we really wanted because we wasted it on the dollar store toys. And so I want you to remember that too with priorities and correlate that example. I've seen too many people struggle with this. Okay. And my family is a priority, and that's why I work my business. My family is not an excuse that I'm not working my business. My family is why I work it, but because I'm grounded in my priorities, I know how to make family time and how to work it around so that I do the things with my family that I want to, but I also work my business for my family. And so I'm not wasting money on dollar store toys or wasting time on small things so that I can value the big things with my family. And I can buy the big things. Do you get the correlation? So remember that. And you might want to even say that sometimes when we get distracted, or you're trying to manage your schedule, or you're sitting with your spouse and going over your schedule, which is I highly recommend in your family. This is what I want my schedule to be. This is so when I go up to my office or I go up to my bedroom and close the door, I need you to give me space because I'm building this business for my family. So you're going to establish your priorities, plus what you want to bring your family. Okay. So for example, I know the dollar amount that I want to bring my family this year over and above. I know what I want to put in the bank for my son. I know what I want to buy for him. I know how much the vacation will cost. Do you know what I'm saying? So that that's your priority. So then I can walk into my goal that way. So for example, if I want to go on vacation, or I want to be debt free for my family so that we can have peace, or I want to remodel this part of the house for my family, and we know how much that's going to cost, then we're going to walk into our New Year goal through our priorities. Okay. A lot of times in Mary Kay, and I'm bear with me because I'm going to get to the Mary Kay goals, but a lot of times in Mary Kay, we pick a goal. We pick, I want to be a director. I want to earn a car. Okay. Or I want to do this. I want to be on the Queen's Court of Sales. But when we don't walk to that goal through our priorities, then we blow it off too easily, or it doesn't embrace what our priorities are. But if we said, okay, so I want to give my daughter some money for a down payment for a house. So that means if I was on the Queen's Court of Sales and I sold 40,000 and I made profit of 20,000 and 10,000 of it was for this, okay, then I could give my daughter X amount of money. And so now I walked through my right priority was to help my daughter into my goal. And so now as I am going for the Queen's Court of Sales, I know it's in line with my priorities. And you do that with all of your goals, really. I mean, I believe follow the prizes to success. I believe that every prize your director offers, go for it. I believe that is the way to stay focused, and that is the way to keep going in your business. I truly believe that you need to follow the prizes, and that's what I've done. But I want you to follow the prizes wrapped around your priorities, because that's how you're going to stay focused on them as well. Is I want to go to seminar. I want to go to the Universal thing. If you're a director, I want to be on target for leadership or wherever. I'm just saying that's the last leadership I went to. It was Universal. It was super fun. Or I'm going to be a 4-quarter star. Well, to be a 4-quarter star, because that is a measure of consistent success for our consultants. That is an A+ on my report card. Okay. That is what you do. So I want to be a 4-quarter star. So then you take that 4-quarter star and figure out what that'll bring you. And then figure out with your priorities, what are you going to do with what that'll bring you? And you link them into a circle together. And so that's why number 4 is establish your priorities. And number 5 is choose a goal. And number 6 is make a commitment for the effort that will support your theme, your word, and your priorities. So if achievement is your theme this year, hard work, success through hard work, achievement is my theme. And your word is, let's say, like mine is this year, release. Okay. So I'm going to release clutter. I'm going to release distractions. Okay. I'm going to release all those things, right? So that I can achieve what I want to in my life and my health and my family and my finances. So then my priorities are establishing funds for my family, right? I want a fund for my daughter. I want a fund for my son. I want to do a grand vacation as well. Then I take what I already know I can do and come up with a Mary Kay goal and see how I can fit that in. Okay. So there's like one more step. Okay. So say you're going to be a 4-quarter star, let's say, or let's do Princess Court. Okay. Let's do Princess Court as a smaller goal that you can believe and see. Okay. So Princess Court is selling 20,000. Then that's a profit of 10,000, right? And you have expenses. So let's just say 8,000. Okay. Maybe 6 if you really want to be strategic in your, okay. Well, let's say 8,000. Okay. So that's going to bring you $8,000. So what will you do for your family with 8,000? So then you believe that, okay? Now you say, but how am I going to do that? Because if you can't buy it in your head, if you can't believe and see how that could happen, it's not going to happen. Do you get it? Okay, so I want to sell 20,000. How am I going to do that? All right. So then you backtrack and look at what you know. So for example, if you normally sell, like the average person sells about $50 per order. Okay. So an average, some people will buy 100, some people will buy 20, but it averages out over, usually you have to have at least 20 to 50 to get an average. So if you've only sold 10, it might not average out. You might go, Susan, that's not right. That's not right. That average isn't right. But you have to have at least 21, more like 50 to get an average. So trust me, it could average out. All right. It will. At least that's what I found. Okay. So say $50 per order, $100 for me, it's per face. Like if I actually have a facial with them, maybe $300, let's say, for a party. Now, some people that's 100, some people it's 200 if they're new and inexperienced. Some people who are rocking is 400 or 500. And some of that depends on where you live. Okay. And if you live in an area where, income is pretty secure, then it's going to be okay. It's going to be higher. You could have a phenomenal party. Like I've noticed, even where some of you guys live in the drier climates, you probably sell twice as much to an average customer than we do up here, because the skin is so dry down there that you use up more of the product, so it's just the way things go. So it depends on where you live. But let's just say that it's 300 for a party. So if you know that, okay, and you know that, then you know how that could work. So if you got 10 orders, there's $500, right? $50 an order. If you got, I always say for star, to shoot for 72 orders in a quarter. Because if you shoot for 72 orders in a quarter, you'll sell 3,600, then you can be a star. But look at your average face. Maybe it depends on if you're in a COVID ravaged area, then maybe you're not doing as many in-person stuff. But look at those numbers and then say, okay, all right. So if I need 72 orders in a quarter, so that's a little bit over 30 a month. Where am I going to meet 30 people? Oh, well, I could do this on Facebook and I could do this. And then you figure out, okay, 3 ways. I always say, when you're not sure what to do, draw a big triangle on a piece of paper and put the problem in the middle. So in this case, it would be, how am I going to get 72 orders, right? Then at each point of the triangle, come up with one way. So I live on a farm. You can't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So you need to think of 3 different ways that it could work. But now back to the original goal. Okay. So if you can look at that and you can go, well, I could do this. I could do this. So I really could be on the Queen's Court or the Princess Court, because I could get this many sales. Like, look at it. You have to look at it frontwards and backwards. So if I need to sell 20,000, then you take 20,000, you divide it by 12, you figure out how much that is. Then you look at the month, right? And then one more thing, tie it in a circle, is the time allotment. So I wrote down here, if you got 10 orders and did 2 facials and had 2 parties, that would be $1,300 in sales. And that's about, including paperwork and rounding up to include all the stuff that you have to do for that, maybe 16 hours. Okay. It's not all in person. Some of it is ancillary, but I always believe that you count in that ancillary, because it's about, for every hour you spend with somebody, you might have to spend an hour outside of it, getting your order, packing up, cleaning, getting the orders together, maybe doing Facebook Lives, maybe advertising, etc. So if you can find the 16 hours, then you can look and go, I could sell 1,300. And so then you can believe it in your head. See, when you start out a new year and you're making your goals, or you're making what you want to finish by seminar, I want you to be confident in that. And how I believe you're confident is in strategizing and working in that circle around your goal. Okay. So you set the goal, you work through your priorities. So I want this Mary Kay goal because it's going to give me this prize, but also because it's going to help me do this for my family. And I can believe that I can achieve it because I wrote it on paper. And if you need help with your director, she can help you do that. I wrote it on paper and I see how it could work. And I see how, gosh, if I put in 10 hours a week of work at Mary Kay, I really could come back and I really could get that. So do you see how you need to wrap it around? Now, the next thing, number 7, the last thing to do is to look at the things that you could be good at through the year. What are you good at? Celebrate your skill set and go from like how you can help yourself. So again, it's all about confidence and it's all about believing in the goal, not only in the goal, why you want it, Mary Kay Ash, that it's possible for you, but why you want it and walk through that. So I don't know, is it time for me to stop? Because I have a list of things that you could work on or write through, but I don't know if I should keep talking.
Yes, do the list. I think we need the list. Do it. It's
okay.
Powerful.
All right. Okay. So here's the list. Write this down. Okay. And as you write this down, I want you to go back later and I want you to look at it and say, I'm good at this. Okay. Or I need to tweak this because in order for me to reach my goal, I get better at this. Because here's the thing. I think this is the biggest mistake people make when they're thinking about goals is you cannot reach the goal you cannot reach the goal with what you have. If you already had what you needed to reach the goal, you'd already have the goal. You need to do something different to get the goal. You need to tweak something. You need to gain a skill. You need to get better at something. You see, if you already had everything you need, you'd already be there. So you need something new. And so that's where, when you set a goal, you go, oh, well, what do I need that's new? So I'm going to give you some skill sets and you tell me what you might need and talk to your director or talk to your best friend or your senior director and say, I need to be better at this. Okay. So here they are. Number 1 is what I call powerful me. And that's confidence management. Do you need to be better at confidence? Do you need to build your confidence or your self-esteem? Do you need to work with affirmations? Number 2, time and priority management and goals. Are you a schedule specialist or are you struggling with figuring out when to work and when not to work and how to fit it in? Number 3, advertising and finding new customers. That's a big thing. And they're linked, but they're separate. You need to advertise who you are and what your business is, like on Facebook, say, through your friends, and find new customers. Is that your biggest need? Number 4, sharing products and helping others. Are you good at that? Do you need some help? Do you maybe need help because of the pandemic is really kind of throwing you off? Even though it's been a while, you're still not into the online. How about number 5, selling like a star? Really, really selling this product. Number 6, sharing the dream and team building. Passing it on, sharing Mary Kay's story. A lot of us are good at it, but we don't make the time to do it. We don't put it into our schedule as often as we do the selling part. I think if we did, we'd all be farther along. The next one, 7, is planning, tracking, and simple management. Tracking. A track number grows, but a lot of us just buck at tracking. But is that something that you'll be better at? I find that every time I make that sheet and start adding up how much I've sold every single customer and put their name by it and their amount, and I cheer myself, or I have a buddy and I take a picture every day or every other day and share it with them, I sell twice as much. The months I forget to do it or don't ever make it, I don't sell as much. The next one, 8, booking and guest inviting. Is that a skill that maybe you need to improve upon so that you can walk into those goals for you and your family? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, office and shipping organization. How's your office? How's your shipping processes? Sometimes we hold ourselves back because we're not ready to, we don't know what to do, or our office is a mess, or how would I be systematic? Or if I really, really push the samples, how would I do it? Oh my gosh, I can only do one. So I can't advertise for samples because, oh gosh, I don't know what I would do. So if you get your systems in place and they're ready, then you can go to town, right? The next one is customer care and communication. What are you doing for your customers? What are you doing for when in the orders? How are you thanking them? How are you supporting them? I strongly believe, and I don't know, I've been on the Queen's Court of Sales more times than I can remember. I strongly believe that when they know you care and you do for them. So what are you teaching them? What are you offering them? What tips that they don't know can you give them? And then the next one is making money and money management. Do you need to know a little bit more about that? How are you doing with your money? Because I think that we get tripped up in money a lot, and then we don't make enough, and we tell ourselves we don't make enough, and then we don't feel confident. And then because we're not confident, we're not selling as much. Big circle. All right. Then the last one is Facebook perfected and other social media. Do you need to improve your social media game? Do you need to improve what you do in your customer groups? Do you need to work on Facebook? So if you look at these topics, then you can say, well, I'm good at that. Rate yourself. Well, 1, 5, or 10. 1 is I really need a lot of help. 5 is I'm okay, but I could use help. 10 is, hey, this is good. I don't need to worry about this one. And then maybe that'll also help you with your theme. Maybe your theme could be developing skills, and I'm going to develop skills this year. And then your word could be, I'm going to focus on improvement or education or learn, or I'm going to connect with my director this year so that I really can become better at all these skill sets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I knew that. Why did I have to count? There's 12 skills to master. And see, here's the thing. Now you don't have to worry. You don't have to look at that goal and go, oh, I can't do that. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can never become a director. I can never be on the Queen's Court. No, you're going to say, I can do that. I can become a director. I can go be on the Queen's Courts because I walked through my priorities to grab the goal. So it's all about what my priorities are. And I value my priorities. So I value my goal. And then you look at your skill sets and you know exactly what you need to improve to get there. And then you can look at the money aspect and you can say, you know what? I could give it 15 hours. And if I give my Mary Kay 15 hours, then this money will come from it. And so now I really can make my goal. And so then when you wake up, even if you've sold $100 toward your 40,000, right? When you wake up tomorrow, you can go, I can do this. I can do this. I'm on my way. I'm already on my way. So that's my class for today.
Oh my gosh, girl. It's amazing. You were a natural born teacher for sure. I'm so excited we're doing pace setters together. I think it's your delivery and how you do it. It just makes it just simple. I mean, you just simplify it. And so, oh my gosh, so many amazing things. I just deeply, deeply appreciate you so much. Okay, just real quick, if anybody wants to unmute, ask a question, maybe you need clarity on anything, or maybe you want to affirm Susan for taking her time today. I mean, this thing goes everywhere. I cannot believe how many people have reached out and like, can I be part of lunch? I'm like, anyone can do it. So this is going everywhere. And I really think this is something every new consultant needs, every seasoned consultant, every national, every director needs to hear. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead. Let's ask. Oh, here, let me hit on spotlight so then you can see everybody better.
Okay.
Okay.
Susan, thank you. It's Rebecca, and I love you so much. And you really do have great deliverance, and you're very thorough when you explain, and you are believable, and it makes me want to. I want to implement everything that you just said. So I love you, and I appreciate you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. I love you too.
I'm excited to do pace setters with you. I think that all these consultants are going to gain so much from the different personalities that we'll be teaching, and they need more of you. That's for sure. So
there you go. Barbara, confidence is her word.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm a new consult, and I really learned a lot today. I feel that it could apply to everyday life with all of your goals. It's just a really good way to change your mindset. And I also am a firm believer in words have power. So those affirmations are a daily task for me also. But thank you for helping me improve that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I do have a cute little thing with all those things I read on.
Oh, so send me that.
Because you know me, I have to make it cute and pretty to make me happy.
Well, if you'll send that to me when I blast out the recording to everybody, I'll attach that.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions or anything they want to say?
Well, thank you for the privilege. And again, I recommend you schedule that time with your cup of coffee or your tea and your family to really look at what you want this year to bring and know that you have the power to manifest it.
Absolutely. I agree so much. Thank you so much, sweetie, for your time and brilliance. And I just can't thank you enough for doing that for us today. Because, sometimes we just need to, we need to hear that we're okay and we can do this thing, and anyone can do it. And so thank you again, ladies. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining our Lunch and Learn. I will, once we get the recording now, I don't know, only my part of Colorado, not every part of Colorado, but where I'm at, we're kind of snowed in. So it might take it a little bit. Internet's a little shaky. So it might take a little bit, but I promise the next 24 hours, it'll be out there for everyone to have. I appreciate you all. And your patience. So have an amazing
Thursday. You too. Bye.
Bye, ladies. Have an amazing Thursday.